Good morning, campers. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962 starting our broadcasting day. And today, for your viewer enjoyment, bringing you something that came in yesterday's mail. And it came in this very nice little carrying pouch case. And it is the Minolta-16 sub-miniature spy camera. This feels like some kind of faux leather case. It's got some little pockets in here. I'm not quite sure what they're for. Maybe for extra filters or something. But a nice little case, not too horribly deteriorated. The Minolta-16 is a sub-miniature camera. Takes 16mm film. To get to the film, you have to open up the camera, and then there's a little tab here. You had to press the tab, and then this part slides off. And if you flip it over, here's the little door, and this is the compartment that you put your little film canister in. Now I have 16mm 110 development reels. So I have the Jobo tank reel to be able to develop the film, and I have the film slitter that allows me to slit the film like 35mm film, fresh 35mm film, down to 16mm. The one thing I'm waiting for is the actual take-up spool. So once I get a take-up spool that fits this camera and it's in the mail, I'll go ahead and run some film through this, and we'll see what the pictures come out, and I'll make another video. But until then, let's just take a look at what is going on with this camera. It's got, well, if we start from the top of the camera, basically just the name, Minolta-16. We have a flash sync right here. I'm not quite sure what speeds it flash syncs at. Maybe 125th of a second. That's a guess. Don't know that. Maybe a 60th of a second. Maybe all of them. I don't know. And when you open it up to expose the shutter release, you can take a picture. Don't know if you can hear that. And then when you close the camera, I believe that's when it advances the film. When you open it, it cocks the shutter. It allows you to take the picture. Here we have the, and then on the back here we have the viewfinder that you can look through. It's a fairly, see if I can get something here that we can look at. It's a fairly nice and bright viewfinder. There's no bright lines, just I guess the limits of the finder is your dimensions for your exposure. On this side of the camera we have a little strap lug that you can put a strap onto. And here we have the film speeds listed here. There's B, and it goes from a 500th of a second down to a 30th of a second. And on this side we have the apertures, and it goes from f16 all the way to f2.8. So if I put it on B, and then we can, and it's kind of it's very Minox-like in the fact that when you open it up to take a picture but haven't snapped your picture yet, you see like a little dot there, and as soon as you trip the shutter, the little dot goes away. And you can see there's the lens that's wide open. And let's go ahead and set the aperture back down to, oh, let's say f16. And we'll open it up again, and you can see the aperture closed down there. And then let's go ahead and maybe put it somewhere in between, like at F8. And I'll open it up for you again. And now, so you can hear some of the film speeds, let's go ahead and set this for a 30th of a second. That's what a 30th of a second sounds like. And let's go ahead and set it for a 60th of a second. Well, let's go ahead and set it for 125th of a second. Sounds like it's getting a little quicker. Now let's go ahead and set it for 250th of a second. Oops. One step too far. And finally, let's set it for a 500th of a second. It's a very, very solid sounding camera, made of metal. Once again, it's a Rocore 22mm lens, and it goes from f16 to f2.8. This is like a little removable, replaceable filter. This is just a clear filter. They have other color filters for them. I only have this one filter. It's the filter that came with the purchase. I didn't get any more with the purchase. And then this is the viewfinder window here. So, and then the only other thing that we could really see here would be the exposure counter here on the back, and it's currently showing that the film is empty. So that's basically it. That's the Minolta-16 sub-miniature 16mm spy camera. And I think we basically covered everything. That side, nothing on that side. Went through that and that. Oh, maybe we could just take a really quick look here. If I open this up, you can see how when you close the camera, it advances the film. Open it, you can release the shutter, and then close, and the film advances. Then open and release the shutter. Of course, this is the take-up spool here. Close, it advances the film. Open, and you can release the shutter. So your unexposed film would go here, and then the take-up spool, exposed film, spools over here. And then that clips together, and there's just a little thumbnail latch right there that you can depress in order to pull these two apart. Very solid sounding camera, very solid feeling camera. It's got some nice weight to it. It's made of metal. There's no focus control, so hopefully it's got a decent depth of field. I guess we'll find out when we run some film through it. So for now, I think we'll end the video here. I'd like to say thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. This is Crusader Rabbit KBNY 5962, ending our broadcasting day. Good night, campers.